Welcome back to another episode of Behind the Curtain, brought to you by E&Ftv. Today we're back with the amazing team at Oaky, bringing you the people behind the tech. Guys, we're here with Saahil, who is the head of the customer success team. Saahil, thank you so much for taking some time out of your day. I know I've just dragged you away from your desk, so apologies.
No worries at all.
But no, I've been keen to sort of get your perspective and understand a bit more about, I suppose, what your role is within Oaky. So why don't we start off with, first off, what you do within Oaky, what's your day-to-day role, I guess, and then we'll sort of go from there.
Yeah, lovely. So as VP of Customer Success at Oaky, I think you have to wear multiple hats.
Sure.
One of them is operational, tactical and strategic.
Yeah.
So you're also involved on the day-to-day functioning of what happens after sales. So after Loic and his lovely team brings in a new customer, how does my team engage with them in the onboarding, integration part? Once they go live, what happens? How do they get the most value from the product? So I manage that team and the customer success team and the support team.
Sure.
Basically, the customer life cycle after sales. That's what I oversee.
Right. Yeah. And I suppose a large proportion of that is relationships, right? So building that rapport, keeping those relationships, and I suppose having that collaborative approach to the tech with the hoteliers. Is that what you say that's accurate?
Absolutely. I think for us it's very important to understand each and every customer, where their journey is with upselling, to build that rapport, to be their trusted advisor in terms of the advice we give them about upselling.
Yes.
So that is where the team spends a lot of time and effort to build that rapport, to become a trusted advisor.
So I suppose in the situation where, let's say they've brought on that tech and it's working for them, but they want to find another way to enhance it or another way to optimize what they're doing, they would just give your team a call and say, hey guys, we're just looking to do something, and you find ways, again, of collaborating with them to get what they want to do out of it. I guess that's basically what it is.
For the large part, yes, but we flip the script in the sense of being reactive. We are a lot more proactive. So we look at data and we know which customers perform really well, which customers don't, and then based on each of those buckets, if you will, we have certain set of actions that we take proactively towards customers. Because in SaaS, it's very important to make sure that customers get the most value because of the nature of the business. They can churn, and for us the word churn is like death in that sense. So it's in our best interest to really make sure that the customers get the most out of the product.
So you're getting in front of them, even having to contact you.
Absolutely, So wherever possible, our team is upfront. We say very transparently, hey, we see you're not getting the value from the product. Let's look at why not, what are the things we can put into place in the coming weeks to get you there.
Fantastic. And I suppose in terms of sort of your team then, so how many people are in your team, and how does that sort of work within Oaky, I suppose?
My team is about 9 people in total, split in 3 teams like I mentioned earlier. Implementation part where we help the customers understand the product, help them get set up with their PMS, RMS, different integrations. We have the customer success team, and they are a little bit more of the commercial people who really try and understand the type of hotel you have, the type of guests coming at the hotel, what sort of deals you should offer, creative, standard, and then you have the support team, which deals with a lot of the reactive stuff, things aren't working. And for us, it's very important to grow as capital efficient as possible, because we can't add X number of people for every number of customers that we have. So we rely heavily on technology to kind of scale that volume for our customer success team in general.
Guys, we're here with Wouter, who is head of product at Oaky, and we're going to be hearing a bit about Wouter himself, which I'm really looking forward to, but also the journey that, I suppose from your perspective, Oaky's been on, and I suppose almost more importantly, where things are heading. So Wouter, tell us a bit about yourself, tell us a bit about what you do within Oaky, and we'll go from there.
Cool. I'm driven by building products. I love the tech side of it, the design side, and that's perfect in my role. So I'm involved with the product owners, with the developers, shaping the roadmap. And in terms of Oaky, I've been involved with them for the first few years as well, which was a lot of fun, because I really saw Oaky at the beginning in the early stages where they are so much looking for where to go, what's our mission, and like maybe a bit like little puppies, right? So jumping after every little thing. And now I've been at Oaky again. I sort of rejoined 3 years ago.
Sure.
So I also saw how much they've grown.
Yeah.
Also knowing where they were coming from and where they were 3 years ago. And now I really see that we are maturing in many aspects, like the product first. I think in a technical perspective, I know a lot of people are dealing with technical depth.
Sure.
Like we are really setting new foundations, and also on a personal sense, we are challenging each other more. So in the leadership team, but also like in every level in the company, we are really pushing each other forward, which is a big difference since 2 years ago when I was in for a year. I really see a lot of growth in many aspects.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I suppose in terms of your role then, so just for anybody that doesn't quite get it, what is it that you do? What's your day-to-day sort of role, I suppose? Yeah. And I imagine it's massively varied.
I don't have a super strict weekly calendar, but I'm involved a lot with the product owners mostly. I'm in touch with them directly. And we are mostly talking about new stuff, which is very exciting. Like what's coming up in the next quarters. Also in that sense, we are maturing because we are making longer roadmaps right now, being more transparent about that to internally but also externally. So we are working on that, like which directions. I'm working a lot to improve the cross-departmental collaboration. So those are very important tasks. Design is also a big passion. I think we lifted the designs, the user experience a lot over the last few years. That's and on a technical sense, I'm also still a bit involved. I have a bit technical background as well, but I'm not on my day-to-day doing any development. I'm mostly high level.
So Wouter, one of the interesting points about sort of you personally and your background is you actually haven't come from a hospitality background.
No.
So how did this come about? And I suppose what's your perspective been on this journey with Oaky? Because again, you've not had that hospitality background. So this is a brand new sort of fresh, well, it was a brand new and fresh thing for you.
In many cases it still is. I still have a gap to fill in terms of knowledge in the hospitality area, but when I joined 3 years ago, we were at the stage, and we are still at some aspects where we had to set that foundation. So for me, it was a lot about building that, like very technical as well, like spotting opportunities or improvements that we had to make in terms of user experience, which is not per se very hospitality related. And also in that sense, I don't want to insult anyone, but generally in the hospitality, a lot of software I would say is not very user friendly.
Okay.
There are a lot of out there that are, but let's say property management systems like Opera and stuff is not very. So I also saw like a lot of stuff to clean up, to put the bar up and stuff on that field. So that was not directly hospitality related, more product. And now with things like the product advisory board, I'm also getting that knowledge in.
Sure. But I want to say a massive thank you to you. You're actually one of the people that I was most excited about talking to, only because that is what this whole series is all about, is the people behind the development of the tech itself. What we're going to be doing, as I know I've already mentioned this to you, but in a few months' time we'll be coming back, catching up with you, finding out how things are going at Oaky from a product perspective, and I'm really excited to hear about what's going on sort of further into next year. So I want to say a big thank you to you for taking the time out. I'll let you go back to your desk because I know I dragged you away, but yeah, we'll see you very soon.
Thanks.
All right.
Pleasure.